Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Stories for Beginners. I'm so happy to see you here today. On this channel, stories become your teacher, and we practice with the shadowing technique. Listen carefully, then repeat after me, just like my shadow. Copy my voice, my speed, and my feeling. This trains your brain to think in English rather than translating. Today's story is called The Shipper Link Trap. It follows a real situation in Queens, a fake delivery text, a pushy call, a wrong QR code, and one comm check that keeps you safe. Are you ready? Let's begin. Noon text, tiny fee.
It is 12:15 p.m. on a sunny Saturday. I'm making iced coffee and a turkey sandwich. My phone vibrates on the kitchen counter. A text says, "Redelivery fee, $2.99. Click to pay now." The link is short and strange. It looks urgent. I almost tap it then. I stop and breathe. I look at the clock on the stove. I read the message again, slowly. The sender name looks generic. There is no company logo. The domain is unfamiliar. My stomach feels tight. I put the phone face down. I count to 5. I breathe in. I breathe out. I think to myself, pause first. I think to myself, check first. I remind myself, no SMS links. I remind myself, no outside QR. I remind myself, verify in the official app. I pick up the phone again. I take a screenshot for evidence. I do not click the link. Instead, I open my shopping app. I prepare to check my orders. My coffee melts a little. The kitchen smells like toasted bread. A small wave of calm moves through me. I am ready to verify.
1. Comm check-in official apps.
I open my shopping app and tap orders gives tracking. My package says out for delivery. There is no extra fee anywhere on the screen. My shoulders drop a little. I still feel a thin line of worry under my ribs. I decide to confirm by voice. I tap support gives hotline inside the app. The phone rings twice. A calm agent answers. "Thank you for calling. How can I help you today?" "Hi, I received a redelivery fee link by text. Is it from you?" I read the phone number and the short link out loud. The agent types for a moment. I hear the soft click of a keyboard. That message is not from us. We never send payment links by SMS. Please ignore it. Heat leaves my face like a window opening. Thank you for confirming. What should I do next? Block the sender. Forward the text to 7726 and only pay inside our official app. I nod even though she cannot see me. I repeat the steps back to her to lock them in my mind. Block. Forward to 7726. Pay only in the app. She adds, "Your parcel is on the truck and should arrive this afternoon." My hands feel steady again. I thank her for her patience and end the call. For 10 seconds, I just stand in the kitchen and breathe. The worry fades into focus. My plan is clear, and I feel in control. I block the number and forward the text to 7726. I open the app again and watch the map for my driver. A quiet confidence settles in. I'm ready for whatever comes next.
Pressure call, comm script.
5 minutes later, the phone rings. "I'm your shipper. Pay now or the parcel goes back." His voice is fast and pushy. I answer slowly and clearly. Please read my full name, the order number, and my address exactly. He hesitates, then says the wrong last name. Thank you. I only pay inside the official app or by card at my door. He hangs up. I stare at the screen for 2 seconds. My hands feel warm but steady. I save the caller ID to a note labeled Scam Delivery. I turn on call recording laws, check in my mind. Not needed this time. I breathe once and open recent calls. I block the number. I report it to my carrier through the app. I leave a short memo. Pushy tone. Wrong name. Demanded fee. The phone buzzes again with a new text. Last chance. Click to pay. I do not reply. I take a screenshot and delete the message thread. I whisper my script. Pause. Verify. Report. I feel the pressure fall away like heavy rain. I pour fresh ice into my glass. I check the order map one more time. The real driver icon is moving toward my street. I smile and get the exact change ready.
At the lobby, a fake QR.
At 1:05 p.m., I hear a sharp knock on the lobby glass. A man in a generic green jacket waves a small package. Step out and scan this QR. The fee is tiny. I keep the door locked and speak through the intercom. For security, I don't scan outside QR codes. I check his badge, the logo color, and the label from the window. The badge is blurry and hangs on a plain lanyard. The label shows no order number and no my name. His jacket has no company patch, only a small green stripe. He holds a printed QR on paper, not a handheld scanner. Please read my full name and order number. He looks down, stalls, and mumbles a wrong last name. I stay calm. If this is genuine, it will appear in my official app. He pushes the paper against the glass, covering the camera. I step back so the lobby camera keeps him in frame. I raise my phone and take a photo for evidence. He says, just a small fee. 2 minutes. I answer, slow and clear. I only pay in the official app or by card at the door. Show your handheld terminal with my order code. He glances at the camera, turns his shoulder, and hides his face. Please leave the package on the shelf and step back, or contact my number inside the app. Silence. His jaw tightens. He backs away, checks the hallway, and walks off quickly. I watch through the glass until he leaves the building. I save the photo, note the time, 1:07 p.m., and write a short memo. Green jacket, no scanner, wrong name, paper QR. I open my app, confirm my order is still out for delivery, and turn on the building's hallway camera for the next 10 minutes.
When online checking isn't enough,
I think about my neighbors and the kids after school. I want the building to stay safe for everyone. I open my notes and list the evidence. Time, 1:05 to 1:07 p.m. Description, male, green jacket, paper QR, no scanner, phone numbers, the SMS sender, and the caller ID. Files, 2 screenshots plus 1 lobby camera photo. I call 311, the non-emergency line in New York. 311, how can I help you? Hello, I'd like to report a suspected delivery scam at my building. A man asked me to scan an outside QR and pay a small fee. They ask calm questions. I answer one by one. Address, floor, exact time, description, phone numbers, and what he said. I upload the lobby camera snapshot from our building app. The operator says, "Thank you for reporting. Keep the door locked. If the person returns or threatens you, call 911 immediately." I write down the 311 case number. Next, I forward the scam text to 7726 spam to alert my carrier. On screen lower third, text gives 7726. I open my browser and file a fraud report at the FTC website. Subject line: Delivery impersonation with QR payment request. I attach my screenshots and the timeline. If the message pretends to be USPS, I also report to the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. I add a short summary. QR code outside the app. Demanded redelivery fee. Wrong name. Finally, I email my building manager the case number from 311, the photo, and a one-page notice asking residents not to scan outside QR codes. I save everything in a folder named Scam Delivery. YYYYMMDD. My hands are steady. My plan is complete.
My red button plan if I had clicked.
I didn't click the link, but I keep a red button plan for emergencies. First, I cut the connection. I turn on airplane mode or switch off data and Wi-Fi. If I entered card details, I call the bank immediately. Next, I lock my phone line with my carrier. I add SIM swap protection with a special PIN. Then I secure my accounts, starting with email. I change to strong, unique passwords. I turn on app-based two-factor authentication. I review recent logins and sign out of all sessions. Now I clean the device. I remove suspicious profiles or apps and run a full scan. I update the operating system and all apps. I check app permissions and revoke risky access. I set real-time transaction alerts. If card data was entered, I replace the card and ask about chargeback. In the US, I can place a fraud alert or a credit freeze. I save evidence, screenshots, links, numbers, and times. I forward the text to 7726 and file an FTC report. If USPS was spoofed, I report to the Postal Inspection Service. If money or safety is at risk, I make a police report. I also inform my building manager to warn neighbors. For 2 to 3 days, I monitor statements and recovery settings. I rotate any reused passwords. One calm plan turns a mistake into a safe outcome.
The real delivery arrives.
At 3:35 p.m., my official app shows out for delivery with a map. A different courier calls, speaking politely. He reads my full name, correct order number, and address perfectly. Code only, no links. I'll be downstairs in 10 minutes. I prepare the exact amount and a pen for signature. I meet him at the lobby door with the door still locked. He shows a clear badge, a proper label, and a handheld scanner. He scans the barcode and my screen shows pay code. I count the cash slowly so we both agree. He prints a receipt and hands me the pen. I sign, and he takes a photo for proof of delivery. The app updates too, delivered with the exact timestamp. I check the seal clean and unbroken. I thank him for his professionalism. Safe and done. I carry the box to the table under bright light. I match the tracking number on the label with the app. I open the box along the seam and keep the packaging neat. I compare the contents with the order list on my screen. Model, color, quantity, everything matches. I take photos of the label, the receipt, and the contents. I save them to a folder named Receipts Delivery Today. I scan the product's official QR inside the app to register. The confirmation screen appears and shows the warranty period. I recycle the cardboard and store the bubble wrap for reuse. I wash my hands and wipe the table. I rate the courier 5 stars and write clear ID, no links, great service. I mark delivered in my notebook with the timestamp. I send a short message to the building chat. Real courier today, cod only, 1 calm routine, 1 safe delivery, and 0 surprises. Pause, verify, report.
Great job. You listened, repeated, and shadowed with me today. Every sentence you spoke made your English stronger. The shipper link trap reminds us that travel and delivery need calm thinking. Simple English can help you verify in official apps, refuse outside QR codes, and ask for full details. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to English Stories for Beginners for more shadowing practice. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new story. Remember, pause, verify, report. Your English and your safety will grow. Thank you for learning with me today. See you in the next video.